Ball's in. Give me a batter. Oh, I already got the clock going. 48 minutes and counting. Hey, number 88. What's your pitcher's name? Jeff Wade. Thank you. Hey, Rhode Island, give me a batter.
Oh. I'm sorry, no.
I'm just going to say leak.
All right, there's that. And that's Palm Springs. Chill. I'm just
Hey, Skinny.
yeah, right.
That's Jose Garcia. He's out at first base. We have our second game here in Masters D Division from field number 14 at Sunset, right? I'm Rich Siegel, along with Roman Jimenez, and we welcome you to Masters D. Masters playing all of their games today, and then the other divisions will start at the Sin City Classic tomorrow. Jim Gillian
3 balls, 1 strike.
is ahead in the count 3-1. Another illegal pitch, and that is ball 4.
You only get 12 feet.
You might have heard our home plate umpire Michael Bendrake from San Diego say you only get 12 feet, no more.
Has to be at least 6, no more than 12.
Harry Ron hits one underneath the third baseman's glove and on into left field for a hit.
So if you're wondering, we've got the Providence, Rhode Island Rockers. They are the team batting right now versus the Palm Springs Thunderbirds. They're the team in the field. So the team with the pink in their jerseys, those are the Rockers. That's the team batting now from all the way across the coast.
John Richards grounds one to third base, and he will go to the bag himself. He was going to wait for the runner to come over and decided, I better just go to the bag and get the easier out.
Yeah, let's not run into outs if you don't have to. So smart running by Garcia to just stop and only go a couple of feet.
It avoided a double play, potentially.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. So well done.
Frank Gifford. He wears number 2.
Kathy Lee's at home.
After the first pitch, and hits one over the left center fielder's head. It will go all the way to the fence and will plate at least 2. Gifford on his way to third base will hold up with a triple and 2 runs in for Rhode Island.
So I was teasing about Kathy Lee. Actually, Frank has a shout out to his wife,
Kathy Lee.
Melissa, and their son Gavin.
Here's Bob Blum. Runner at third and 2 out. Vacant hole between first and second is exactly where he put that ball. And that'll plate Gifford and makes it 3-0.
That was an enormous hole there. He was all the way over to second base, basically, expecting that batter to pull that ball.
He saw where the infielders were playing and just put the ball where they weren't.
Still over there, too.
And Ivory Minix.
Venerable pickup player. Always good for a pickup is Ivory.
And that pitch is illegal. 2 balls, 1 strike. Three runs in this top of the first. Day 1 of the 15th annual Sin City. Glad you're with us in Rhode Island and Palm Springs and across the Cloud Sports Network and Ivory Minix Walks. Here's Bob Wilson. He takes the ball.
Didn't miss by much with that batter's strike zone, but just over the back shoulder, so outside of the strike zone.
Ground ball to the shortstop. Slow roller on to second for the force, and the inning is over. Minix forces second base, and that ends the top of the first. 3-0 after a half.
And this gives us an opportunity to tell you about my friend Bridget at Angel Baby Surrogacy and Egg Donation. They're an international agency that has proudly helped queer folks build their families all over the world for 20 years. If you're gay and ready to add to your family, then you're going to need an egg donor and a surrogate, and that's where Bridget comes in. Bridget and her team at Angel Babies have high-quality, affordable egg donors and surrogates ready to help. And believe me, you want Bridget on your team. She is amazing, relentless, and her success rates are outstanding. Wherever you are in the United States, she won't quit until you've achieved your dream. To get Bridget on your team, head over to absurro.com. That's absurro.com and get in touch with my friend Bridget today at Angel Baby Surrogacy and Egg Donation. Always a little bit of chaos to start these games as we get the lineups and the batting orders and the shout-outs to all of these teams. And so we want to give a shout-out to our team that helps accomplish all of that. Jordan Espiritu and Charles Brown, thank you very much for all of your hard work to make this happen. Take a bow. You can find them on OnlyFans and Twitter and Instagram and all of those other places.
For the Thunderbirds. This round robin, a foul ball is not a courtesy. The first foul ball is not a courtesy. The second foul ball is also not a courtesy. So in other words, if you have a 1-2 count and you hit a foul ball, you're out. There's no courtesy there. I knew I was going to.
You were going to get there at some point.
Yes. Here's Wright, and he hits one out into right field, caught as he goes first pitch swinging, and quickly 2 outs here in the bottom of the first, and we'll bring up Hawana. Hard to read the third page of the carbon.
It should be written there in the book, I think. Now they've got the boys have gotten it done.
He
I think
takes the ball.
I think.
Two and one. Grounder to the first baseman. Nice play by the first baseman onto the bag, and the inning is over. No runs. 3 up, 3 down for the Thunderbirds, and they trail after 3-0.
And as we go into this break, I want to tell you about another good friend of mine, Dr. Samuel Wood and his team at Gen 5 Fertility. Gen 5 Fertility is where queer folks go when they're ready to talk to a doctor. Look, when you're part of the queer community and you're ready to build your family, finding a doctor who will listen can be tough. Well, I promise you, you have a friend at Gen 5 Fertility. I know Dr. Wood. I've worked with him for over 10 years, and I promise you, he doesn't just welcome queer parents, he celebrates them. Several of my friends have built their families with his help. So whether you're gay, lesbian, bisexual, or trans, wherever you fit in our fabulous rainbow, I promise you, Dr. Wood and his team at Gen 5 Fertility is the place to go when it's time to build your family. Visit them today at gen5fertility.com. Click on the Family Pride tab to learn more. That's gen5fertility.com. Tell them Roman sent you.
For Rhode Island, top of the second, Anthony leading off. He is their catcher. His team ahead 3-0, and he swings and misses for a strike.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
That was
1
a
and
tough
2.
pitch. Well done by the pitcher.
Strike 3. Three balls, 1 strike.
The wind has picked up here. I think there's a little system moving through the area today. And I was watching the weather this morning, and they were talking about that, and the winds would be strong as we got further into the day here. And I think that's exactly what's happening right now. So
Cloud Sports Weather Network.
We have a lot. We have a lot holding papers down.
Well, I'm chuckling because it's not like the canopy was keeping the sun out anyway.
Right. This is Laurie, their second baseman, and another illegal pitch. And so that is ball 4, and we'll put runners at first and second and send us back to the top of the order.
You can definitely tell which canopy I built and which canopy Jordan and Chuck built.
Here is Jose. Team's lead, which is 3-0, and there's a ground ball to the shortstop, a slow roller. They'll get an out on the force on the tag of the runner coming.
Done. Good heads-up play.
Did they call him out? Well, now they're.
Oh,
he's safe.
He's
Okay.
safe there.
So the. Mike safe. Garcia safe at first, and here's Gillian, the left center fielder, where's number 29. Goes after the first one and hits one out into left field. And it's foul. 1-2.
Automatic out. Hey, did you hear that hit? We also go to Taco Bell. That was a foul, right? Hey. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
A ball and 2 strikes to the left center fielder, who hits another one out into left field, and that's in for a hit. A run will score. As Mike crosses the plate, it is now 4-0. And we'll bring up Kerry Ron. Strike called.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
I think that was last game.
Here's a fly ball hit to left center field, coming over quickly to the left fielder. It's off his glove. Will plate at least one. Here comes another man home all the way from first. And then Kerry running on the play will get to third on the throw.
Heads up base running there. Heads up base running.
Garcia and Guillen both scored. And Kerry on his horse is now with third. And here's John Richards. Ground ball to the shortstop. It takes a bad hop and hits the shortstop in the leg. He is hurt. A run will score as Carey scores. This shortstop is hobbled,
Ouch.
trying to walk it off. It hit him in. It might have
Right
hit him
on
in
the
the
shin,
knee.
I think, or knee. Yeah. Ouch.
Here's Frank Gifford. He tripled his first at bat. And the first pitch is lifted in the air to right field, giving chase, but having the ball go right past him will play another run for Rhode Island as Richards scores from second base, and Gifford has himself another triple. Masters Division D, by the way, we should point out, a player cannot have a rating based on hitting, running, throwing, and catching. Cannot have a rating greater than 12, and the team cannot have a rating greater than 110. And there's a ground ball to the second baseman on to first, and Bob Blum is out. 5 runs score in the inning for Rhode Island, and we go to the bottom of the second. They lead to the Rockers 8-0.
So I heard someone say about the 1-1 count.
Yeah.
USA softball 1-1, none the waste is the rule.
Right.
Only Naga has the courtesy,
Right.
which we all love.
Uh-huh.
The problem was I couldn't get the words out correctly.
I was listening like, wait a minute, what's he?
It's like it was like listening to somebody that didn't know what they were talking about, but I knew, I just couldn't get the words out.
Happens to the best of us, Rich.
Oh, it's like doing the weather. Okay, good. I can sit.
And you guys realize the rule change with pronouns now. We can't say third baseman. We can't say second baseman, first baseman.
Third base. Third base.
Well, you just use,
I'm just going to go who.
F1, F2.
I'm just going to go who for first, what for second.
I don't know.
Pronouns
for
on
third.
third, yeah. There you go. I'll clarify everything.
This will bring up Rich Kulik from Palm Springs, former assistant commissioner and board member, longtime member of the Palm Springs Gay Softball League. Huge San Diego Padres fan, I will also add.
As you are, right?
Been known to be.
Yeah. Well, your hat certainly tells me that. He takes the pitch for a ball. 2 balls, 1 strike.
I have to pick on Rick every once in a while because I have, as an umpire, I have called him out for stepping out of the box and called him out for stepping in front of the plate.
Got to do what you got to
Because of
do.
where he stands, and the umpire right behind me will see about what I'm getting ready to do.
As long as that puts completely out, that is correct.
Ground ball right back to the pitcher, and an easy play to first base, and that's the first out. Kulik out.
I don't think I've
1-3.
ever called him. I don't think I've ever called him for being out. I have called him for stepping in front, and I've like
That's
pointed.
obvious if they're
I've
stepping in
pointed
front,
it out to him. I'm like, no, it's right. Look at your foot.
Is that obvious? Yes.
That one's in.
He's 6. This guy's like 6'3", so no, that was actually.
Here's the catcher, Sworn,
Well, you know the rule. Every pitcher is 6 feet.
This guy's 6'3".
and he takes 2 pitches for balls, 3 balls and a strike.
Big dude. Big Bubba.
And that
One
pitch is high,
just
and he
outside,
walks.
So
1-1, thank you,
He
sir.
will be pinch run for.
You have runner on 1.
So this will be our last game before we take a break. So our games were at 9 and 10, then we have a break at 11, and then we'll come back at noon, 1, 2, and 3 for the championship.
Pop up.
By the way, your,
and they definitely
one of your
lost that
pitching
in the
was
sun.
in one of our clinics.
As the ball bounces harmlessly
For how not to
in
make
front
it
of the Rhode Island dugout.
Yeah. All right, yeah, I'll give you that. Should have given Craig a little bit more direction.
The Rhode Island scorekeeper is out talking
We
to
did
Mike
lose one
Latendre.
Oh, that's good. This is Linda, I believe, and Linda explained to us that she's out here because it's too cold in Rhode Island.
She's bundled up.
She's not wrong.
She explained that her shout out was to Las Vegas.
Levy takes the pitch high. 2 balls and 2 strikes with a runner at first. And there's another pop-up. This will be caught on the infield by the pitcher.
Have you ever been to Rhode Island, Rich?
No.
No?
You know, I'm a native of New Jersey.
Uh-huh.
I'm embarrassed to tell you that I've never been to New England.
Really? Well, I've only been to Boston. Does that count as New England?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it's the heart of New England.
That's really it. That's the extent of it.
And it's cold up there, too. Wade takes a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Beautiful city, Boston. Have not been to Providence.
And that pitch was flat. It's a ball. 2-2 the count.
Well, if you're rooting for Providence, let us know. If you're rooting for Palm Springs, type that into the chat. We want to know who you're rooting
short.
for.
They'll get the force at second, and the inning is over.
We want to know.
Score in the bottom of the second. It is 8-0 as we go to the top of the third on the Cloud Sports Network.
We want to know who you're rooting for, so type it into chat. If you know Rick or any of the other folks from Palm Springs, if you know Linda or Frank, any of the other folks from Rhode Island, let us know. Type it in. Tag them so they can come back and find this video later, as we are broadcasting live on the Sin City Facebook page and the Sin City YouTube channel, Facebook page, or YouTube channel. You see a little bit of ducks flying across the way there.
Top of the third.
Ivory Minix.
Ivory Minix, the pickup player.
I think that's his official title.
Ivory Minix, the pickup player.
Uh-huh. That's his official position.
Do you know where he's from?
You know, I should, because I've had plenty of conversations with him. He's a delightful, just a wonderful guy. I want to say the middle of the country somewhere.
First pitch to him is illegal.
I'm pretty sure his email is have bat will travel.
2 balls and a strike. That pitch almost illegal. Bounced to third, and then dropped by the third baseman. So Ivory Minix will reach. He fielded the ball cleanly, and then the ball just fell out of his glove before he had a chance to throw to first base, and so it's leadoff batter on and nobody out.
Now that ball looked like it had an awful lot of topspin on it after Ivory pounded it onto the ground. Do you think it spun out of the glove?
Yes.
Is that what happened?
I believe it did. Bob Wilton, the batter, will take the pitch inside for a ball.
I cannot tell you how many times it's happened to me as a pitcher.
Or here's a fly ball hit out into right center field. The ball gets between the outfielders and goes all the way to the fence. Minix on his way to third. He'll score easily. Here's Wilton on his way to third. They are going to hold him. So another run for Rhode Island. They now lead 9-0. And here's Anthony. Strike called. Runner at third.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Nobody out. Next one. He's grounded slowly to the third baseman, fields it, and comes home, and he's out. 5-2 on the putout.
Well done.
What a smart play. Yes, he had no play at first base and came home.
Well done.
And got the easier out there.
Well
yes,
done.
Sir. That's more. More with the nice throw, and again the putout goes 5-2. And here's Mike taking yet another illegal offering. 2-1.
I know you do.
He says, I like those high balls.
Lay off the high ones, kid.
And that pitch bounces on the front of the plate. 3-1.
Now, Rich, these Rockers, this is their third round robin game today. Their first one, they beat the Denver Dinosaurs 20-6.
Straight call.
And in their second game, they beat the Aftershock 12-2.
And they lead here. Here's the 3-1 pitch, hit in the air to right center field. More right field. It's caught by the right center fielder, and that is the second out of the inning. And we'll bring up Laurie.
Thunderbirds also come in 2-0. They beat the Rebels 12-5 at 8 o'clock this morning, and then the T-Birds 8-7 just a minute ago before coming over onto this field.
Another illegal offering, 2 balls and a strike. Outfield comes in, playing very shallow.
Balls, 2 strikes.
I pitched against several of the players on the T-Birds before when they were wearing different jerseys, Greyhounds, and I can tell you they will wear you out.
She swings and hits one foul down the third base line, left field line.
Just a bit.
She is out, and that ends the inning. One more run for Rhode Island as they have scored in each of their 3 at-bats, and they lead going to the bottom of the third. Rhode Island 9, and Palm Springs nothing.
And this is an opportunity to share a brief remembrance of a good friend of ours, the former Sin City Classic tournament director, the late Ken Scarce, passed away in 2021 quite suddenly, far too young. Had led the Sin City Classic tournament, had led GLASA as a commissioner, member of the GLASA Hall of Fame, and a member of the Naga Hall of Fame.
He took this tournament over in 2017 and only added to its luster. More teams showing up for softball, and of course, it's just not softball that they play
20
here
different
for this
sports,
weekend.
something like that.
Yes, including one that we learned about last night.
Quidditch.
I just didn't even know that there was a sport named Quidditch.
Yeah.
It shows that I need to broaden my horizons. Ken was a wonderful guy. He was a mentor to anybody that needed mentoring, especially when it came to tournaments.
Yeah. As Cartel family misses him, and of course the beautiful speech last night by Freddie Alvarez, his partner, longtime partner. What a great story and a great love story that they shared. Nobody there at first base. And he's going to get all the way over to second now as the Rockers forgot to cover the bag.
And that's Landon. That's right. No one, the first baseman did not cover. And so as a result, we have a runner at second base and nobody out. And that'll bring up the third baseman, Moore, who made that good play in the top of the inning. Here's the pitch to him. Goes after the first one and lifts a soft one into right center field for a hit.
And it looks like the seal is going to get broken.
That's right. That'll be the first run of the game scored by Palm Springs. Landon scoring from second base, and this will bring up Alexander. Runner first, nobody out. 9-1. Bouncing ball past the pitcher, fielded by the shortstop. Flips to second for the force out, and the play will go 1-6-4.
Just like you write it up.
So Moore is out at second base. Here's Lisek. He's the second baseman. He goes after the first one. A lot of first ball hitting, a grounder slowly hit to the shortstop, who makes the play to the second baseman, and that is out number 2.
Nice little underhand flip over to the shortstop covering. Nice and smooth glove work there.
And that'll take us back to the top of the order. Here's Malone. And he goes after the first pitch and hits one into left center field for a hit. It gets by the right center fielder, fielded by the left center fielder, and that'll put runners at second and third with 2 out.
Good heads-up base running by the batter to get to second. I'd still be...
These are all veteran players, so they know what they're doing.
For sure.
They know what they can do. They know what their limitations are. And it's more smart base running as opposed necessarily to speed. Here's a fly ball hit into right field for a hit. A run will score. Here comes another run home.
So that puts 3 in now. And that makes it 9-3.
So that is right with the 2-run single.
And now all of a sudden that lead doesn't seem so insurmountable.
Nope. Here's Hova. He is the EH. Grounder to short. And another 6-4 put out. There were 3 of those in this inning, and the inning is over.
All of them on first pitch swing.
First pitch swinging. 9-3 after 3.
Coming up Easter weekend, April 15th through the 17th in Richmond, Virginia, Naga presents the Naga Cup, an invitational tournament for the best of the best in A and B Division tournament play. Check them out on Facebook at 2022 Naga Cup. Then later in the year, y'all come to Dallas for the Gay Softball World Series. You hear? It's August 29th through the September 3rd, and more than 200 teams are expected from all across the U.S. and Canada. Visit nagasoftball.org for more details and check out the host city's Facebook page at 2022 Dallas Gay Softball World Series. Rich, you going to be there?
I plan on it.
Yeah, so will we. Cloud Sports Network will be there.
Friday and Saturday.
Friday and Saturday.
Hope to get Friday night lights this year.
And as God as my witness, the San Diego Vengeance might be there too.
Playing with a vengeance.
With, hopefully. We've got a goat on our uniform, and our goat has a grill, so, we're hoping.
Rhode Island leading 9-3, batting in the top of the 4th, and the leadoff batter, Jose Garcia, will start things off for his team. And he goes after the first pitch and hits one out in the left center field, and it is caught by Malone. And that's one out. Here's Jim Guillen. Hits the plate. Good eye. 2 balls, 1 strike. Next offering is hit to the third baseman, bounces off his glove, and no play. Hard hit to Moore. And it's 1 on and 1 out. And here's Carey. He's reached a couple of times already. It's a ground ball in the left field for a base hit. And it's first and second. Another rally working for Rhode Island. They have scored in all of their 3 at-bats, 3 in the first, 5 in the second, and a run in the third, and it'll bring up John Richards. First and second, 1 out.
And that's the mark of a team that has come to play some ball when they give up a couple of runs like that and then just come right back.
Seeing eye base hit into left field. Another run will score, and the runners will move up to second and third as the ball was bobbled by the left fielder, and it is now 10-3. Second and third now for Frank Gifford. He has tripled twice. He goes after the first offering and lifts one into right field, and the ball drops just foul.
Frank gave a shout out
to the fence. Go ahead.
Sorry about that. Frank gave a shout out to his wife Melissa and his son Gavin. So if you didn't catch that, Melissa and Gavin, earlier when we mentioned that, we wanted to make sure to get that in there a second time.
And he acknowledged you're doing it.
They're not supposed to be listening to us.
Line drive into right center field for a base hit, and 2 more runs will come across. Carey and Richards score. John Richards scores from second base, and 2 more.
Got those runs back.
12-3. They did. That's right. For Bob Blum. First base occupied. Another fly ball hit out into right field and drops in front of the right fielder for a hit. Gifford will hold at second. He's 3 for 3. And Bob Blum is 2 for 3.
That'll bring up
And your
Ivory.
buddy Ivory Minix is back at the plate.
We're in number 42. Jackie Robinson's number.
Uh-huh. First pitch to him. A
On the
strike called at
inside.
the knees.
Right on the inside.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Pitch is high, but it's still a base hit up the middle. And another run scores. Runner from first on his way to third. They'll throw there, but no play. And Minix, hustling all the way, will get to second and third.
Once that ball was ticketed for third base, that gave the runner the opportunity to take second
That's
because
right.
the ball wasn't going to be there. So chasing those runners frees open bases.
13-3 for Bob Wilton.
Going to make a pitching change here, it looks like.
I said I agree.
The pitcher is getting, I'm looking to say.
They're making a change, and he's going to get his mask. So they're bringing a new pitcher in who's going to take a couple of warm-ups, and he's getting his pitching mask to be able to play that position. When you have a pitching change in the middle of a game like this, you're going to be given an opportunity to have 3 warm-up pitches if you are new to if you haven't pitched in the game. If you've already pitched in the game and you've been replaced once and you're coming back in, you don't get any warm-up pitches.
I will tell you that I would never, ever toe the round as a pitcher. You guys,
it takes a special kind of stupid, and I've been that special kind of stupid for about 23 years now.
so the new pitcher is going to be Leak, who started the game at second base.
And I've been hit about everywhere you can be hit, including there.
Thanks for the share.
One might say,
All right.
I've been rocked there before.
Yes. Oh, well. All right, here's Wilton. New pitcher. Runners are at second and third. Long fly ball hit out into left field. Caught. Sacrifice fly RBI. And on the play, Minix will go to third. So Blum scores from third. Minix takes third.
That's kind of what you want, right? You're swapping out a pitcher, you want the out. First one pitch, 1 out, 1 swing.
Very efficient.
Run's going to score from third anyway with less than 2 outs, so
Here's Anthony. A foul at the plate. One ball, 2 strikes. On the plate. He thought about it.
Trickery.
2-2. He said,
was
this
a-
looks good. No, it doesn't.
That just died at the last second.
And there's a slow roller hit back to the pitcher on the first. And
That's
that's the inning. 5 more in the inning for Rhode Island. That is the second time they've had 5 in an inning.
So 4 pitches gets 2 outs.
And 14-3 is our score as we go to the bottom of the 4th on the Cloud Sports Network.
This year, the Asana Softball World Series will take place August 16th through the 20th in our nation's capital, Washington, D.C. Join an estimated 100-plus other teams comprised of cisgender women, trans men, non-binary, and agender athletes as they come together to compete in multiple divisions for the title of World Champion. Visit asanaseries.org for more information. You can also like them on Facebook to get regular updates at Asana Softball World Series. And, of course, the Cloud Sports Network will be there as well. Be proud to be there. Rich, I know you've watched some of our coverage from...
You and Roz did really nice work.
They're in
Virginia
Beach this past year. Added Rosbug to our Sin City, to our Cloud Sports family this past year.
So for Las Vegas here in the bottom of the 4th, here's the leadoff batter.
That's Rick. Pops one over.
And that's in for a hit.
He's one of those people as a pitcher that I just can't get out. I just can't get him out no matter what I do. You can't get him on strikes. You can't get him looking because he's got really good plate coverage. He's got the ability to go to all fields.
And now the Rhode Island manager or scorebook operator again talking to the home plate umpire. There'll be a courtesy runner, by the way.
Seems to be a question about whether or not there was a batting out of order.
And so they're going to allow a look at the book of Palm Springs.
This is Scott Howard. He's the commissioner from the Palm Springs Gay Softball League. Just wanting to confirm for everybody on the broadcast that Scott Howard, the commissioner of the Palm Springs Gay Softball League, did make the last out in the inning. We just wanted everybody to be sure to know that.
Mm-hmm.
That was not actually what that discussion was about. But
hard hit ball into center field, goes over the right center fielder's head, and that will go all the way to the fence. That'll plate at least one, and they will hold the runner at third base.
If you make it all the way to third, you don't get another runner.
Here's Levy. 14-4. Fly ball, left center field.
Shallow. Minix is on his horse.
Minix will let the ball drop in front, and a run scores.
Looked like there might have been a little bit of confusion between the two center fielders there as to who was
Couldn't
supposed to
hear
have
them yelling.
that. I didn't hear any communication out there.
If I can't hear it, it didn't happen.
Right.
Here's Wade. So Levy on with a single and another run, 14-5. Strike called.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
1-2. Pitch a little high, but hit right back to the pitcher. He thought about going to first, but instead makes the force out at second, and then the shortstop throws low, and the ball bounces to the fence, but no advance by the runner.
Yeah, the shortstop was calling for that ball, thinking that they'd had an opportunity for a double play, and they did.
And they sure should have.
Just a bad throw, off balance kind of thing, and rushed it.
Yeah, but they got the force, and so that's good.
Good adjustment on the part of the pitcher to change direction and go to second after all, which was the longer throw.
And this is a new batter. We don't have the subs for the
Nabil,
team, but that's okay. It's all right.
Who that looks like.
He wears number 41. And his name is Mike. 2-2.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
That pitch outside. So the count is full at 3-2. Full count pitch. is illegal. It's ball 4.
The ball had the distance to travel to be within the strike zone, but it didn't have the height requirement.
Nope. And here's Moore, the third baseman. Runners at first and second. A ball. 2-1. I have 2 in the inning. Moore swings and goes opposite field for a hit. Fielded on one hop by Minix. They throw into second base, trying to catch the runner, 41, Mike, but late, and so bases loaded.
And you just kind of guess that, if Palm Springs is going to make a dent in this big lead here, this is their opportunity. Certainly capable of doing it.
This is Mike Alexander. He goes up the middle, fielded by the shortstop. A force at second, and that's all they'll get, so a run scores.
2 down now.
And Scott Howard, who is a courtesy runner, scores from third. And
Ladies and gentlemen, game time has expired. We will finish the inning.
so they'll finish the inning. Game time has expired. You might have heard the home plate umpire, Mike Latendre, make that announcement. So they just need to keep hitting. They're the home team, but they have a lot of catching up to do.
With 2 outs.
As I have a score of 14-6. Here's the next one. And that is high. 3 balls and a strike.
3 balls, 1 strike.
And it's a ball 4. So the bases are they? No, it's yes. Bases loaded.
Bases loaded, yeah.
And we head back to the top of the order.
Runner 1. That's your second courtesy runner.
They'll do a courtesy runner as Levy will run.
Which does make an interesting point here, because that is their second courtesy runner. If they're going to put 8 on the board, they're going to have to do it with their runners and batters.
Pop foul to the right side is just out of reach of the first baseman, Wilton. And that's strike 2, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Swung on and hit at left center
That's
field.
a good hit.
Chases Minix. It's over his head.
That could do it.
Mike scores. It's 1 run in. Here comes the second runner from second in. And running all the way from first base and scoring was the pinch runner Levy. And it's a triple for Malone.
I thought that had home run distance. I knew it was going to stay in the park, but I thought he might be able to make it all the way around. Good job by Minix to go and get that ball to get it back into the field of play.
Exactly. I have 14-9 with the batter right.
So trailing by 5 now.
And they said right field heads up, and he hits it to the second baseman. That's it. 6 score in the inning, and the final score in this game will be the Rhode Island Rockers 14 and the Palm Springs Thunderbirds 9.
Well, thank you, Rich, and we're going to take a break here for a game, recharge our batteries both literally and figuratively, and then we'll be back with one more game in the Masters D division at noon on the Sin City Facebook page and YouTube channel. And then we move over to Masters C, where we'll have the quarterfinal at 1 o'clock, the semifinal at 2 o'clock, and then the Masters C championship game scheduled for 3 o'clock. This is the 15th annual Sin City Classic presented by Lexus. For Mitch Barnes, Tyler Forrester, Jordan Espiritu, Charles Brown, Rich Siegel, I'm Roman Jimenez. We'll be back in an hour.